Hello everybody, and welcome to my intro video to my 2026 Halloween haunt. In this video I'll be covering what themes are going to be in my haunt, what like the layout of it, and just kind of giving a rough idea of how I want it to look like. This is my 6th year of doing Halloween haunts. The first 2 years I did it in my backyard. They're pretty small. Then we moved up to our field, and for like the last 3 years, and now finally I get to do it in the woods where I don't have all the lighting of the house and bullshit to kind of ruin the scene. This year I'm taking a different approach, and that is because the last 3 years in the field, how I usually did haunts is they were able to be traveled in both directions, and they had a bunch of branching paths that all eventually ended at one point. But this year I'm just doing one long path where it's only meant to be traveled in one direction, and yeah, so just like a usual haunted trail this time. So yeah, I really like the journey aspect of having like one path. The rest of the videos in this series are going to be in shorts format. This is the only video that's okay, other than the actual me showing off the display, like the final video in the series. Other than that video, this is gonna be the only video that's in like just a normal video, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to explain what I have, like my ideas for the haunt in a shorts 3-minute format. So yeah, so let's enough beating around the bush and let's get to whatever I was going to get to in this video. Okay, so starting off with the themes that are going to be in my haunt. I have chosen 4 themes. So starting off, the haunt will be the farm, and the farm will fade into like a zombie rat infested kind of post-apocalyptic scene. Hopefully I'm not too ambitious with that idea, but we'll see. It just depends on the materials I have. So after that theme, it'll go into kind of like a woodsy, ruined encampment kind of theme. I don't really have like a clear idea of what I'm going to do with it yet, but all I know is it's going to have a bunch of like wildlife creatures in it and plant monsters and shit like that. And finally finishing off the clusterfuck of a haunt that this is going to be will be like a ruin, not a ruin, a wooden fortress with like fantasy creatures like Tumble the Troll, big spiders and a dragon, whatever. It'll also have demons in it too at the end of it. And yeah, so I picked these 4 themes specifically just because they all have like kind of a country aesthetic kind of going for them, and they can like fade in nice with each other. Yeah, they all like kind of feel the same, but they all bring like something unique to the table to like make them feel different from one another. And yeah, and plus my set of animatronics best fits these themes. So yeah, that'll be the themes that are going to be in my haunt this year. So now I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with the themes this year. So starting off with the farm, for the entrance, I'm going to have Nightmare Harvester be my entrance animatronic for this year, and for like 2 other years in the past or whatever. Don't mind me as I go on a little tangent why Nightmare Harvester I feel is my strongest entrance animatronic. I feel like the entrance animatronic, they should have like a kind of almost a leader like presence or like personality to them, and they shouldn't be like too specific with like their wording or their looks. I feel like they should be able to represent the entire haunt. And yeah, I also feel that they shouldn't be too gimmicky, but not like boring, And I feel Nightmare Harvester kind of perfectly he's kind of the perfect entrance animatronic, if I'm going to be honest. He's big. He's not too boring, but he's not too gimmicky. His voice, I don't know, his voice just has like a real like good presence to it, like a real, I guess, kind of leader-like feel to it almost. His sayings are not too specific. I mean, he talks about like another world and whatever, and I guess in this case it's kind of like you're going into the other world, I guess, which is the haunted path or whatever. I also feel that his look, it isn't too specific. Like, hell, I don't even know what he's supposed to be. He's like a plant scarecrow monster thing, which I think that's perfect for like an entrance animatronic, because I feel like he can represent like so much in the haunt. That's kind of the reason why I picked him for the entrance animatronic. So now that I've spent a chunk of the video sucking Nightmare Harvester's viney dick, I guess we can move on to actually describing the rest of the haunt. By the way, this isn't going to be the only time I glaze Nightmare Harvester. Anyways, after you pass my boy Nightmare Harvester, you go to Pumpkin Punisher. Then once you get past Pumpkin Punisher, you go to Sinister Strawman. After Sinister Strawman, you go to Pretty Woman Leatherface, who will have Scary Sitting Scarecrow sitting across from him. Once you pass those two, to kind of wrap up the farm-ish kind of animatronics, you'll go around Rotten Harvester. But to actually finish the farm, you got to go through the doll area, shack, whatever. So you'll go to Chucky and Tiffany next, who will be right outside of the doll shack. And then going into the doll shack, you'll be met with Sadistic Sadie, Abandoned Annie, and then at the end of the doll shack, to actually wrap up the farm theme, you'll be met with one of my personal favorites, Darling Dolly. So once you exit the doll shack, you'll be in the barrel yard. So the first animatronic in the barrel yard will be Jeremy Jaws. Once you walk through him, you'll go to Rick Ratman, and this will be like kind of the rat infested area too. So after Rick Ratman, you'll go to Mangy Rat. After Mangy Rat, you'll go to Cellar Dweller, and then to cap off like the zombie type animatronics, you'll go to Dr. Fangor. And at the end of the barrel yard, I plan on having a crash spaceship, which is going to be very, very experimental for me this year, because I've never done a theme like that. So there's a good chance that the crash spaceship theme could end up failing, or I'll like have to have a backup plan. But I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot. But anyways, the animatronics in that area will be Giant Death Ray. When you actually go into the spaceship, you'll be met with Deathstalker, and then you'll walk down the spaceship, and at the end of the spaceship will be THD 3000. So walking off the spaceship, you'll be in the Ruined Encampment. Starting off the Ruined Encampment will be Hulking Werewolf. Once you pass the Big Hairy Bastard, you'll be greeted with the kind of mini graveyard section with Soul Stealer and Grave Watcher, which I mean are kind of oddballs in this theme because it's supposed to be like wildlife animatronics, but fuck, I needed to put them somewhere, so I might like dress them in like burlap or something if I have the money to actually get burlap like that, to actually help fit them into the theme better. So once you pass the graveyard section, you'll be met with Buzz. Walk past Buzz, you'll be met with none other than my favorite horror villain, Jason Voorhees. Once you walk past Jason Voorhees, you'll be into the overgrowth section of the encampment, and starting off that overgrowth will be Root of Evil. Walk past Root of Evil, you'll be greeted with the tree monster Home Depot's supposed to come out with this year. Walk past him. I plan on getting 3 of the Nashrut thingies home Halloween costumes is selling this year, or supposed to be selling, I don't know. But yeah, you'll go like 3 of them with their king, the Mutant Venus Flytrap. But yeah, that'll be the end of the encampment theme. So to end off the haunt, you'll go to the fortress, which for the entrance will be Tumble the Troll. And I kind of want the fortress to be like, it's Tumble's fortress, and he's like got all like these other fantasy monsters trapped or whatever, but they're like breaking out of the cage and like all hell's breaking loose in his fortress or whatever. So when you pass Tumble, you'll run into the Pixies, which will be I'll have the Home Depot Evil Pixie animatronic they should be releasing this year. So you'll go through the Pixie section, and then you'll go to the Spider section where they're crawling out of the cages and shit. So you'll have Wanda Webworth and Arachnophobia Spider. And at the end of the main section of the fortress will be the Wyvern. on top of like a, I don't know, like an altar or throne or some shit. I don't know, something I did last year. But walk past a wyvern, you'll be going into the demon section of the fortress, which will start off with Jack Stalker, and then you'll go into like one final room in the fortress where there'll be Catacomb Creature, Fire Demon, and then finally the last animatronic of the haunt is the Levitating Reaper, kind of like you're meeting death at the end of your path. So that's kind of a rough idea what the haunt's supposed to look like, and all the animatronics in order and whatnot. So yeah, that was just kind of a rough idea of what the haunt's supposed to look like. It's kind of hard to describe it without actually having anything built for it. But yeah, obviously I'm gonna go more in depth on all the areas and shit when I'm actually building it in the shorts videos. So yeah, hopefully I keep the motivation to actually record everything that I do and actually continue on with the series, because otherwise this will be kind of awkward. So yeah, but no matter what, there will be an end product that'll be posted, so I guess that's really the only thing that matters. Yeah, so I'm still like in the early planning stage of the whole thing, so I mean things are like definitely bound to change. Like I said, the spaceship could be like a complete bust, or a company can like screw me over and not release like a important animatronic I was planning to get, which could reshape like an entire section of the haunt. So yeah, fucking mosquito. So yeah, things are like, could change. Fuck me. Fucking mosquito, I forgot what I was gonna say. So hopefully I've hooked you guys in with my ideas, and you actually watch the series or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. So with that, for the end of the video, I guess here's a video of me walking through the path with nothing on it and kind of, I don't know, just naming the animatronics off and whatnot. So yeah. So here's the walkthrough of my haunt with absolutely nothing on it except for the fence posts and concrete spikes, which are supposed to represent the animatronics. So here's the entrance, and this is the farm area. So here we got Nightmare Harvester, Pumpkin Punisher, Sinister Strawman, Pretty Woman Leatherface, Scary Sitting Scarecrow, Rotten Harvester, Chucky, Tiffany. Then here will be the entrance of the doll shack. So Sadistic Sadie, Abandoned Annie, then Darling Dolly. And here you exit the doll shack, and here's the entrance to the barrel yard. So we have Jeremy Jaws, Rick Ratman, Mangy Rat, Cellar Dweller, and Dr. Fangor. Right here will be the spaceship scene. So here's a giant death ray. We'll walk into the spaceship. We'll have Deathstalker, and then THD 3000. Then out of the spaceship and the entrance into the ruined encampment or whatever. Here's the hulking werewolf. It'll be Soul Stealer and Grave Watcher. There we got Buzz, Jason, Root of Evil, Tree Monster. I haven't put the spikes down for the Nash roots yet, or whatever you call them. Here's the Mutant Venus Flytrap. This will be the exit of the ruins and into the fortress area. Got Tumble the Troll. See, I got one of the posts right there. Got the Evil Pixie, Wanda Webworth, Arachnophobia Spider, Wyvern, and right here I'll probably have Jack Stalker. And I haven't set the spikes up yet, but this will be the final room with Catacomb Creature, Fire Demon, and then Levitating Reaper, probably like right there. And then you'll just walk out. And yep, that is the walkthrough with absolutely nothing on it. and we'll compare that to when everything is set up. So yeah. Woo!